people need to understand that when a storm hits your area and all those contractors are coming from different states and they're pressuring you, you need to get this done. You don't. You can wait.
Yep.
The first thing you should do is what? File a claim.
File a claim.
If you think you have damage, file a claim.
Mm-hmm.
People think if they file a claim that their insurance will go up, and that is not true.
Case, nope.
That is not true at all. You file the claim, you get it on record that, hey, we had hail,
Mm-hmm.
I believe we have damage, we need an adjuster to come out.
Correct.
And then you find a contractor.
Right.
And I will always say, find a contractor that's local.
Correct.
That you know is going to do a good job. You might have to wait for that person,
Yep.
but that's okay.
Right. If someone can do it tomorrow, and
that is a problem.
That's a red flag, right? People talk about what are red flags for storm damage contractors. If they're saying, hey, I want to do this job next week, and the insurance company hasn't even been there yet, or even if they're doing jobs that fast, their only goal is to get them done fast
and get out.
Get out. And guess who's going to lose? The homeowner, because the experience that we always talk about, the experience isn't what you're expecting.
Yep. We've replaced some roofs that were last replaced because of a storm, and it's pretty scary.
It is.
Because they will come in and they will. I'm not saying that again.
Not all.
Not all of them. There's some really good companies that do storm restoration work, but a lot of them that come in as soon as that storm is done and bring roofers with them and they want to get it done immediately. It's not necessary.
Right.
It's just not.
No. There's no unless you have parts of your roof missing.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, wind could be more severe, right?
Correct.
Where you
than
actually
hail.
are missing shingles.
Shingles, right.
Hail is, again, it's going to speed up the death of your roof.
Correct.
And insurance companies know that, and it needs to be replaced.
Right.
You know, one of the biggest when you go to sell a house and you have it inspected, like literally the first thing that every home inspector looks at is
up on the roof.
That's a roof.
Right.
That's the first thing that they look at because it's a big fix.
It's a liability if it's done wrong.
Your roof leaks. You're talking about way more damage than just your shingles, and
Right.
it's expensive. So it's the very, very, very first place they look. When I bought my last house, it was covered in snow.
Never looked at it.
Never looked at it. Guess what?
It was
when
bad.
the snow melted, it was shot.
Good thing you know a good roofer.
And I do roofs.
Okay. Good thing you know a good roofer.
And I was like, it was too steep, too high. I'm sure it's fine.
Right.
No, it was shot.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah. And so people always ask, what do we do? My thing is slow down. Don't rush.
Yeah, just
take your time. Right.
Weather the storm.
Correct. Right. We're not dealing with Hurricane Ian type effects here in Wisconsin. That's not our deal.
No.
So, and the other part is you should be interviewing contractors. It should be an honor for them to work on your house, not something that they expect to do.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, myself, and I know your family here at Larson's the same thing. It's an honor to work on people's houses. It's something that we take pride in. And if that contractor doesn't have that same feel, yeah, just because you have storm damage doesn't mean they deserve the work.
Right.
It should be an honor for them to work on your house.
Right.
So
also, if they come in and they try to force you to sign, remember this, Shane, when you buy a house, if they're trying to get you to sign a contingency contract on the spot right away, don't do it.
Don't do it.
There's no reason to do it because you could do it whenever. Have your insurance agent come out, file the claim.
Most people, other than storm damage, they don't typically have to do a roofing project in their life, so they don't know what to expect, right? And I honestly think
most people really don't know what to expect.
No.
With storm damage,
and you should interview contractors like you're interviewing for a job. You don't typically. You shouldn't hire the first contractor that comes out unless it's something. Okay, good. This is exactly the experience I'm looking for. I get the great feeling. I know exactly what's going to happen. The details are very well laid out. Like there's no gray area. Okay, then maybe. But a lot of times when you compare 3 contractors or 4 contractors, and you're going to see someone of those 3 or 4 that's going to rise above and you say, okay, that's the guy for me.
Yeah.
And that's really the key is when you find that person, it's kind of like when I talk about taking my daughter to visit colleges, you're going to know when you find the college, right? You're going to walk in there and you go, this is the place for me. Same thing with contractors. You're going to say, you know what? This contractor has my best interest in mind. We're in a relationship. We're in a business relationship where they have to do the work on my home the right way. I'm going to pay them, But along the way, we're gonna have some fun. It's gonna be enjoyable. And when it's done, I'm gonna thank them for taking care of my house, and they're gonna thank me for the opportunity to work on their house.
Absolutely.
And when that relationship happens, life is good.
Yep. Let's recap real quick. Storm damage. First thing you do if you've wind damage or storm damage,
Go file your claim.
file a claim.
Get your contractors out there. Interview them.
Start looking for contractor.
And don't rush to get this. Don't rush to make a decision.
I would personally say make sure they're local.
Mhm.
Now, depending on the size and the severity of the storm, out of area contractors sometimes they're needed.
Yep.
Like they're needed to fix all of the homes. But for the most part, I would try to stay local because especially with hail damage, it's not typically something that you need to worry about right away.
Correct.
It's not going to make your house leak immediately.
The next step is to inspect.
Let me ask you, hey, when did your hailstorm happen?
April.
Are you still getting people that are calling
We're
right
still
now?
getting people that call that still haven't had the thing filed with their insurance company yet.
They waited,
They waited.
and they're fine.
They're fine. And guess what? They're not stressed.
No.
It's amazing, right? And those are the ones and they're probably gonna be the happiest because they didn't rush to a decision. They didn't rush to get a job done.
Mm-hmm.
And that leads to my next thing is inspect what you expect, right? Because you want to make sure that you want to know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, and we talk about the recipe, right? What is the service after the sale if you need it?
Yep.
That becomes the key.
Yep. And if you rush to go with somebody out of town, I mean, they're literally not going to answer the phone.
No.
They're gone.
Right.
Poof.
Yeah.
They're gone. Anyway,
Right.
it just came to mind.
Yeah. It's a scary place there, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
it is. So don't rush. Do your homework.
yeah.
Take
And
your
it should
time.
be enjoyable. Just because you had a hailstorm doesn't mean it has to be stressful, anguish. My anxiety levels up. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be that way.
Yeah, just kick back, have a cocktail, and enjoy watching all your neighbors stress out. Just
Correct.
relax.
Pick the right guys, and
Yeah,
it makes
exactly.
it easier.
Exactly. So, well, I think that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's it for the show today.
Thank you to producer Shane and director Chase.
Director Chase and Shane, I'm glad I let you say that because I will. That's a tongue twister for me.
Well, for sure. Me too. I had a dog, Jason. It is a long story. We'll do that next time.
We'll talk about that
Next
next time.
time.
So anyway, show for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
We'll catch you next time.
All right, we'll see ya.
Thanks, guys.